Hey y'all, it's me, Niecielynn. This is Friday, February the 5th. This is Flosstube 58, and it will also serve as Valentine's number 5. So it's gonna double down and do 2 jobs at one time. And we had lots of questions this week, so I'm going to jump right in and try to cover those really quick. Sharon had asked about the alphabet for Remember Me, and I could not remember for the life of me what I used. And I said, maybe I just made it up because I couldn't find it. I flipped through the book that I got 'Tis the Season out of. I had it at that time in Home for the Holidays is what I used it out of, okay? It's in Home for the Holidays and Joyous Noel. But I flipped all through Home for the Holidays and through Joyous Noel, just in case I'd found it in that later, and it's not in there. So I thought, well, maybe I just made up the alphabet because I couldn't find it anywhere. And so after I was working on In Full Glory this week, I realized I sort of did, but not really. Because the America here, this is Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird. Look at the America. I think I used the M, the E, the R out of here. I think if they're not exactly the same, they're crazy similar, and just made up the B because that's the only letter that's not in there. So I think that's what I used for this. It is, like I said, it's awfully close if it's not exactly the same. So if it's not what I used, it was my inspiration for it. So there's not a B in that word, but you know, a B and an R aren't very far apart. So that is my best guess as what I used to come up with the Remember Me for that in there. So I love that piece. It's still one of my favorite pieces of all time. I leave it out. I don't put it up. It's not a Christmas piece for me, and that's why I didn't want to put 'Tis the Season across the bottom of mine because, like I've said a million times, I do think that cardinals are your family members that have passed coming to check on you and say hi. And also I put Remember Me across the bottom of mine instead, and then just flipped. I think I had to flip this here to fill in a little bit of the space. So I just took this and flipped it and stitched it down there to fill the space in. So, but I think that's where I got the alphabet, Sharon. So I hope that helps. Niecielynn at Finish a Quilt said she does have some steamed broccoli in. So if you're looking for steamed broccoli, which has been, you know, hard to find, and that she would be getting the dried thyme, is my brain working right, in. She also, y'all, she's Finish a Quilt on Etsy. She has lots of Blackbird charts, and French General fabric on there. She has a lot of quilting stuff, so go check her out. She has some beautiful things on there. I love to go shop at Niecielynn's. She's fast shipping, always gets it out to you right away, and she has some beautiful, beautiful stuff. Vicky said if you go to Acorns and Threads, so one of y'all asked last week about the hanging floss system. Looks like the little binder and your flosses hang down in there. Vicky said if you go to Acorns and Threads and it's open house number 4, they're on their Flosstube, their YouTube channel, open house number 4, they show it in there and how it works, and one of them uses it, and so their flosses are in there and everything, so you can see it working, see how it works, and see flosses in there. So thank you, Vicky, for that. And no, we are not ready for Aria Kyle's teen years. I don't think the world is ready for Aria Kyle's teen years. I really don't. This is gonna be, well, like I say, we're saving bill money already because, whew, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. She is a hot mess, a hot mess. Creatively, and I'm probably gonna say it wrong, Chamaine. I don't know if it's Chamaine or Chamaine. So if I said it wrong, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a long I or short I. says silver needle or needlework, linen, and more. Look there for dry time. She said they usually have lots of threads that a lot of places, other places are out of. So either the silver needle or needlework, linen, and more. Check those places. Oh, I was gonna grab that. Bonnie asked if I used scroll rods, and I do have 2 sets. I haven't used them in a long time. And what I have on them, which I'll try to remember to grab and show maybe in the vlogging time tomorrow, and I need to get it out and finish it, is a big crewel piece that I started in the 90s that's sitting in there. Why did I ever stop doing it? I don't know. But that's what I have in it, is a really big, long crewel piece in there. It's just so heavy for me, and I don't have, I mean, I know some of y'all have little like stands that holds them and things, and that, I guess that might be that might make a difference, something like that, but I've never used anything like that. So mine, you know, I just kind of had to hold it or prop it on my knee, you know, when I stitched with it. And it's a beautiful piece of crewel work, and I need to get out and finish it. When you said that, that made me think about it. So I do have some, but I don't use them because everything is really heavy to me. And even a hoop, I feel like I'm fighting it the whole time. So it's just easier for me to hold everything in my hand. Judith, the Sunday Stitches, she is working on the Amazing Grace. And she was going to stitch it for her friend, if I'm remembering correctly. And she lost her friend this week. So I am sorry for that, for your loss. That is awful. There's so much of that right now with all the sickness. But she was doing the Amazing Grace Sunday Stitches, and I have yet to call Shelly and order mine. But by the Sunday Stitches by Heartstrings, and I'm going to get those and get them going because I love those. But speaking of Shelly at Just Stitching, her floss tubes, if y'all don't watch those, y'all should. Shelly at Just Stitching has her floss tubes, and she's doing Freebie February. So she's listing free charts in February. So she will have different designers, a free chart for like the whole month, like every day. So that's a lot of free charts if you're wanting to, you know, pad out your little chart stash there. That is a good thing to watch. And she just has tons of cute charts, and she just shows them all and tells you, you know, where you can get them and all. So check out Shelly on Just Stitching. And then she also has audiobooks on there. She tells you what audiobook she's listened to during the month. And sometimes you get to see her walking her cute little dog and all kinds of fun stuff. And she tells you what new has come into the shop and things like that. So you get to see new releases and all kind of fun things. So she's fun to watch. And Patricia, thank you for being so nice about my hair. Yes, I did get a trim. I went and Shadow Ray trimmed the back off my mullet. I'm thinking growing it out just a little bit, and she cut the back off my mullet. The time before, I let James Williams cut the back off my mullet, and I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but Shadow Ray had been sick and not feeling good, and so I just told James, I said, just get your clippers and just go straight across the back, just like this. And he was like, are you sure? I was like, look, I have a mullet. How much worse can it be, okay? I am too old for a mullet. I had a mullet. I was the first person at my school, I think, to have a mullet, okay? I rocked a mullet, but those days are gone. Those days are gone. No more. I can't rock a mullet anymore. So it's got to go. So it is, she said he didn't do too bad a job, but I'm feeling much more comfortable with it now that Shadow Ray did it than when James Williams did it. Although she said he didn't do a bad job, and he just did it even though he wasn't very happy or comfortable doing it. He just went on and did it. So there you go. So Sue is looking for Home for the Holidays or the Joyce Noel books because she wants to stitch 'Tis the Season. It is in both of those Blackbird books. And if you guys know, if your LNS has them, if y'all have an Etsy shop that has them, holler, because everybody's always looking for those 2 books, and they are hard to get. And I think they've re-released Home for the Holidays, and now it's, I think, gone again. But so if any of y'all have it out there, shout, because Sue is looking for one, and I know people are looking for one all the time. And I don't know how they just disappear. I did change the color on mine. I would have to look back. I think I used, no I don't. I used, I think, Weeks, it's Turkish red on my cardinal, because I wanted it to be a real dark red like our cardinals here. We talked about that before, and some of y'all sent me some articles and things, and I read, depending on where you live and what they eat, they're like a different color. Like a lot of the parts of the country, they're more orangey, and some they're more like a pinky red, like that, depending on what kind of berries and things they eat. Here, they're like a dark true red. So I wanted mine to be a dark red. So I used, I think, is the Turkish red on mine, and I still love him incredibly. I love him so much. So Sue is looking for either one of those books, so y'all holla. Sally said the Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa, and has lots of gas threads. So if y'all are looking for something you can't find, she says call them, the Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa. And I'm going to say their phone number, and I'll try to remember to put it in the notes, which I forgot to update. Last week I had them updated before I uploaded my video, so then I just posted it in, and that went so smooth. But I forgot to do that this week, so I'll try to do again. I'll try to do good, but it is 641-732-5329. The Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa. So she says they have a ton of gas threads. So y'all, if you're looking for something you can't find, holler at them. Or if you're just looking for some, she says they have a lot of gas threads. So Merritt, oh, she said have the littles remind me. And that's the truth, because they never forget anything. They're like 2 tiny elephants. It's like having 2 little baba ganoushas in the back seat, because they never forget anything in the world, ever. They remove all the obstacles. So yes, I should have them remind me that I have a blanket and a coat for Mimi in the back seat. So yes, I told Aria Kyle, I said, hey, remind me if Mimi gets cold that we got her a blanket and a coat in here, okay? So when we took her the other day to have that thing done, to have her finish out her will, I told y'all on the Valentine, Aria Kyle was not having that. They had her in there too long to finish out that paperwork, and she was not having it, because we were supposed to wait in the car, and she did not like that, because Mimi's always, as they call her Mimi, they call her Mimi. She's always with, you know, after I thought about it, she's always with us. You know, Mimi, if we have Mimi, she never leaves us. She's always physically with us when we're together, you know. And so we had to take her inside, even when she goes to the doctor or get a shot or lab work or anything, we go in with her and wait with her, right? And well, she had to go in the lawyer's office and him explain all that paperwork and be sure that she was fine with it, so he could say that, you know, there was no duress and that she signed everything of her own free will and everything, and he explained it all, you know, and all that. So we waited in the car, and she had her little game, and she was just playing with it, but she did not like that they had Mimi in there a long time. And she kept saying, Shug, Mimi has been in there a long time, Shug. They've had Mimi in there a really long time, Shug. I know, baby, but she'll be out soon. They're just having to read a lot of papers to her. Shug, how long is the book? Well, it's kind of a long one. She was not having it. So she didn't like that one bit. Not one bit. So yes, thank you, Merritt, because yes, reminding them about something works, because they never forget anything, ever. And Judy in Gulfport got their vaccines the other day. So hallelujah for everybody that can get their vaccines. Hallelujah. Just go and get them. The sooner we can, the sooner we'll be somewhat normal again, and I'm ready for that. Stitch and Scotty, Dottie said, what issue of the Cross Stitcher did the calendars come out of? And I've got them buried right here. These little calendars that were the shares from last week. Here. And they were in And they were a present from Sharon, who is Nana McStuffin. If y'all don't follow her on Instagram, y'all are missing out. She lives in Scotland. She posts most beautiful pictures, and also she always has nice things to say. But her pictures are just beautiful, always. And she said that was came as a little present. She's a fabulous neighbor. I say she's my neighbor. We say we're neighbors, even though she's halfway around the world. It is she sent me the Cross Stitcher magazine. It's issue 365, the January 2021. It's issue 365. And it was in there with that. Patricia says, okay, and I'm going to try to look if I can read my notes real quick. And I probably can't see it. Oh, okay. The Stinky 415 was looking for Ann Rayner. And I was going to go look at this and I didn't get to go look. Patricia says Ann Rayner is, of course, is out of print and super hard to find. And there's a piece of hair tickling my face. It's making me crazy. And it's so rare, you can't hardly find it anywhere. So if anybody knows where there is one, holler. But Patricia says, look at Sarah Stewart Hardman, 1824 by Needlework Press. So that's Sarah Stewart Hardman, 1824 by Needlework Press. She said she knows 123 Stitch has it, and she says it's almost identical to it. So I was going to go look at those two because that was, I thought that was super cool. And it made sense, you know, because I mean, even now we all use kind of patterns, and they would have had books of designs that they stitched out of and things, and you know, motifs and different alphabets that they used probably. And so I thought that was real interesting. So Stinky 415, you might check that out. We'll keep looking and see if we can find you an Ann Rayner. But until then, you might look at Sarah Stewart Hardman, 1824. I'm going to go look at that. And Jude said I should shape James Williams' stocking like a boot because he does wear boots all the time. And I had it sketched out kind of like that first, but then I was too afraid to try my sewing at that. I've sewed little doll feet like that before, but I was scared to try to get the design that close and not cut the design in two. So I loved that idea, but I was afraid my skills that was way beyond my skills. Claire wanted to know if James Williams knew when Ari Kyle kicked him, when she said, you know why, if he knew why. No, he didn't know why. No, he did not know why. I had to tell him why. He did not know. He was clueless. He was clueless why. He always is, he loves to scare, okay? He used to scare his brother, even when he was a kid, okay? He would hide in the closet in their bedroom and come out of the closet, scream like, rah, you know, and scare his brother so bad. And then, of course, get the crap beat out of him for it. But, of course, did he ever stop doing it? No, he did not. And he would roar at the cat and the dog at the house so bad that Micah and I would go, because he would just do it all of a sudden. And he would scare the kids. He would hide and scare the kids and everything. They don't hide and scare me. Now, Keely would hide at the other house. You could get right beside the stove, and if somebody came in through the garage, they could not see you. And then they would have to come, and you would just be standing there. But they don't scare me, because I'm that person that I'm going to straight up punch you right in the face. My survival skills are dead on. And I'm going to straight up punch you in the face before I realize it's one of my children or my husband or whatever. And then I'm going to be mad that you did it to me. So I'm probably going to punch you again. So they don't scare me because I just don't have the temperament for that. But James loves to scare people. So no, he had no idea why she kicked him. And yes, he will probably do it again because he ain't got no sense. Obviously, after all these years, after 54 years, if he ain't got any sense by now, he ain't going to get any. Ellen wants to know if anybody knows And Ellen, I went and looked and I couldn't tell which one either, okay? She's stitching Candy Cane Wishes with a Niecielynn thread. It is so cute. And it says it goes on an oval canister, right? I can't tell, it just says an oval paper mache canister. I thought it usually gave like an item number or something, even though, you know, if you don't use the same size thread, obviously you can't use the same canister. But I thought usually it said if you use the same side floss, this is that item number. But it doesn't. So if anybody has used the called for floss and bought the canister, the little oval paper mache box, say where you bought it and what size it was, please, because I went and looked on Country Stitches at the pattern, because usually hers, I swear they've always said in the past what she used, and I thought she usually always used a box from Hobby Lobby or something, but I could not find it on there either, Ellen. So if any of y'all have stitched it, or if we're just missing it, please holler, because I didn't see it either. BJ and Cassandra both said if you're deciding to debobbinate, disbobbinate, unbobbinate your floss that have been on your bobbins for a long time, just dampen it. Run it across a sponge, lick it, you know, whatever you want to do. I will say beware of licking it, okay? I do, and I shouldn't, because I know what I'm fixing to tell y'all. I lick the end of my thread to thread my needle. I try to make myself stop. I have a little thread, you know, needler, threader thing by my chair. And I'm trying to make myself be better about using it. But we had a lady that was my granny's neighbor, or my mama's neighbor, years ago. And she did the most beautiful needlework. Beautiful needlework. And she finished this beautiful white sampler. And it was white on white, and it had, you know, like hardanger, you know, it had like pulled thread work and cut thread work and everything in it. And she got it finished. And then parts of it started turning orange. Well, come to find out, she had had a UTI and been on medicine for it. And the medicine, over time, when she had licked the thread, you couldn't see it at the time, but it had died on the thread and it showed up. And so the thread, and then it had bled onto the fabric, it had blotches all over the fabric. It was horrific. It was the saddest thing. Frances, I'll never forget, Jim and Frances were their names. She did the most beautiful quilting, and she did every kind of needlework in the world. But it was sickening. It was sickening. So I know that I should not. I know I shouldn't do it. So none of us should do it, okay? But if you've ever been on an antibiotic, and I can't think which one it is, for a UTI, there is one that will do that, and she was. And it ruined that sampler. I mean, it was just trashed. I don't know what she ever did with it. I don't know if she just threw it away or what. It was awful. It was so sad. So, for what that's worth. And Lori had asked about 'Tis the Season, and we just said it's in the Home for the Holidays and the Joyous Noel, and it's the French spelling of joyous. Joyeux. I don't know how you say that. I don't speak French. Joyeux Noel? I don't know. I just found out the other day that I'm supposed to be saying, I say my G Leger 1898. I'm supposed to be saying G Leger. And now I'm feeling like when my brother-in-law used to say lingerie. That's how I'm feeling now. I guess it was it Dan that was stitching on it? I can't remember. And then one of them said Sheila J, and I was like, what? Oh my gosh. So yeah, evidently I'm supposed to be calling that thing a Sheila J. So I'll try to do better, y'all. Sheila J. It makes me feel like when people say they're going to Target, it's Target. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, Lord. Oh, and Candy said her granddaughter, and I thought this was the sweetest thing, y'all, since it's Valentine's, we're going to talk about this. Her granddaughter says that she knows that her and her husband love each other because they bring each other coffee. And that is love. If you bring somebody coffee, that is, for me, that's love. James Williams does bring me coffee every morning. I make it in the, I make it and he brings it to me. We talked about that. He brews. He brings me my coffee. And so I think that, for me, that is love, absolutely love. And Andy says she's making a conscious effort to say nice things to people and to be uplifting and positive to people. And I think that is important, especially right now. We don't get to see as many people. And so I think we do, and our tempers and I think we're more stressed. So I think it is important for us to try to be kinder, because I wanted to really flip my switch in the pharmacy the other day, and I didn't. I was just like, okay. Because I've been having them mail Mama's medicines here to me at the house, right? And they mailed to me for 2 months. And her card's on, the card's on file for it to come here, pay for it and mail it here and all this. And they did it for 2 months. And then all of a sudden I get this thing to pick up her prescriptions. And I'm like, why? So I tried calling and I sat on hold till, the cows came home, finally gave up. So I thought, you know what? I'll just go down there. Well, you can't go through the drive-thru because they're doing the COVID testing in the drive-thru. And for some reason, they can't figure out to make all the nose swabbers get in this line and all the prescription picker-uppers get in this line. It ain't hard, folks. Nose swabbers in one line, prescription picker-uppers in this line. But they don't do that. So there's one line wrapped 9 miles around the pharmacy. For heaven's sake. So I go in, wait my turn, and I get up there and I say, I'm here to pick up prescriptions. And I get it, and she says, oh, I've got them, and she gets them. And I say, they have been mailing to me, and they didn't mail this time, and I'm not sure why. And she says, do you want to pay for these with a card on file? And I said, that's fine. That's what they're supposed to do and mail to me. Do you know why they didn't mail to me all of a sudden this time when they've mailed the 2 months past? No, ma'am. I said, can you look and can you tell why maybe they didn't? No, ma'am. I said, well, is there any way for you to find out real quick why they didn't mail to me this time? And she said, no, ma'am. And there was, as Aria says, 80-20 people behind me. And I thought, you know what? Not today. I'm getting her prescriptions. All these other people need their medicines. I'll just try to deal with it another day. I said, okay, thanks, and just paid for it and left. Dude, are you kidding me? At least she said, no, ma'am. She was polite. So I was just like, whatever. I don't know. I guess she was new. So I was making a conscious effort. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I just said, okay, thanks. I got my mama's medicine. That's what I needed. I just needed my mama's medicine to get out of there. So I got it and got out of there. Carmen asked about my eyebrows. I don't color them in. I don't have to color them anymore because I went and Sage Campbell did, they're called powder brows. I asked her because they're not microbladed. She can do microblading and powder brows, which the powder brows are like the, are like tattoo, okay? And so I don't have to color them on anymore. They're just like that every day. I just have to be careful and not to put, I'm stuck hair in my ears. I just have to be careful not to put makeup on them and cover them up. I did have a little pencil that I did them with. Now, sister has had a little, it looked like a stencil, and she would put on there, and then she would use like a eyeshadowy looking thing. I'll see if I can't get Sage Campbell to come in here, and I thought we would last time, and then we were on COVID lockdown during Vlogmas. Maybe I can get her to come over during Valentines and give us a little direction on that. But I don't have to, but it is true. Once our eyebrows start going lighter, and you can even see, and I don't know if it'll show up on here, how some of mine are absolutely white. I mean, you can see them in there. And then they start disappearing. And like I've said a million times, especially with a face like this, if your eyebrows disappear, I'm either gonna look like I escaped from Area 51, or I'm gonna have to go to work for Geico. Because I'm either gonna be an alien or a gecko. I mean, that's it, that's all there is. So yes, we do have to start, doing something, because our brows start disappearing. And especially with a face like this, you can't let that happen, Lord. Bailey said her pap took the gum off of her with turpentine. And I bet that did burn. I mean, we're talking about Comet, and Frankie said that she got Comet scrub too. But man, I bet turpentine burned like I'll get out. Laurie, my cousin, and I were over at my auntie's, and we got in the paint. We were supposed to be painting something for her, and it was not water-based paint. It was oil-based, and we got it all over us, painted on each other. And then we had to take it off with gas. That's probably, everything that's wrong with me today is probably because of the gasoline we had to put on our whole body to get it off. Lord have mercy. Oh, and Charge 857 said, because I said, Mama always be misplacing gloves, to put a long string on them. And I thought about, remember how your kids used to have, their gloves had that string on them and you ran it through their coat when they were little? And I could do that with Mama's coats. Now, of course, I don't know if she'd leave them in there, but I think I will do that, and maybe she can keep up with a pair, because she takes them and puts them somewhere, and then we can never find them. I'm discovering living with Mama's like living with a ferret. Like, one day we're gonna find like a big stack of like things. Like my sister used to do driver's licenses, and my mama does things like gloves nowadays. There's gonna be a big stack of things like gloves and stuff somewhere. Where? I don't know. It's the strangest thing. So that's a great idea. Thank you. Kim said smaller stitches on the machine will make for like smoother curves and stuff. When I was doing my stockings, because I was having a hard time getting smooth curves. So I will try that. I had it on, I think, a 2.5. Oh, and so I will try smaller stitches too. I don't know if there is a smaller stitch. I've got to play with my machine more. Y'all know I'm kind of scared of it. Sherry said you can also straight iron crinkly threads. You can just kind of really lightly go and it'll straighten them out if they're all crinkled up. Stacy asked about my his stocking. I did get it finished. I don't have it up yet, but I did get it done, and I'll show it to you in just a few minutes. And I'll have Micah get it done and get it up on there. Jessa asked about my eye makeup. This is what I have on today, and it's my favorite, and it's about to run out. And I don't even know if they make it anymore. It is by Wet n Wild. And it says the color palette is the Naked Truth. And y'all are gonna see how old and ratty it is, but it is my favorite. And look, it's about out. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Look at there. That is bad times. Everything's getting low. But it's Wet n Wild, and it's the Naked Truth. It isn't focusing very good. There it goes. The Naked Truth by Wet n Wild. And it is absolutely my favorite. I have a bunch of others, but it's my favorite one. And it is about out. And that is gonna be bad times when it is all gone. Oh, and Becky said, which I had never heard this, for congestion, dill pickles or pickle juice will break up congestion. So thank you, Becky. I never heard that, because I think she will eat pickles. Oh, now we're just gonna go into Happy Mail. Y'all, that's all our questions, I think. It's not all the vlog questions, but it is all the questions from last week and a couple of the vlog questions. So I got all the fun Happy Mail this week, so thank y'all so much. I had all the fun Happy Mail. Julie sent the girls some stickers, some Valentine stickers and letters, and Aria had already been using hers to write a letter to her mama. She was looking at the letters, and she was saying, "Shook, what letter do I need next?" And I pointed this one in because there were a few she didn't know. So, and Julie makes the most beautiful cards. So she made me this beautiful card, and look, you can see it has little cross stitches on it. How beautiful is that? So thank you, Julie. And she sent the girls their little packages all wrapped so cute, and they were so excited. They were so excited because they come in and they're so excited if they have snail mail. They're always so happy. So thank you, Julie. And then this is from Crystal, who is Tattletales and Pop-Tarts on Insta, and on here too, on YouTube. And she sent me this beautiful Valentine card. I love these flowers. And this oh, is it gonna glare? There we go. This beautiful little love needle minder. I love it. Thank you so much. I love getting Happy Mail. It's so fun. You know, it's just fun to get fun mail. It is fun to get fun mail. And then Frankie sent me, she has 2 new colors this week. And so she sent me this beautiful card, sending a little happy on its way, which is a Day Spring card. And I got to go to that place one time. It's right at the corner of Oklahoma and Arkansas. That was a cool little place to go to. And what can I hold up that's white? So you can see these better. Let's see here. Aria's little notes for her measuring. This one is Barbie Girl. And it is beautiful, bright, pinky red, reddy pink, I guess. Is that getting the true color? It's looking a little more red than pink, but it is really a bright pink. And it is beautiful. And then this Paper Roses. And look at that. It's so shiny and pretty. Let's see if I can get it where it, I don't know if the variegation is showing up very good. But I was so excited because these are beautiful for Valentine, for stitching hearts. So thank you, Frankie. Look at those. They are so pretty. So Barbie Girl and Paper Roses are some new fun colors this week. So thank you, Frankie. I was so excited to get those. And then this big package was out there in my mailbox, and I thought, holy moly. And Dinah sent me this big package, and it had this beautiful card on here, and I want to show this little cute card. The little, look at the little dots on there. How cute is that? And it has the nicest note in here. But I wanted you to see that because look at this, the envelope, and it has this little, all the little thread keeps. And then the little thread drop has the little flower. It's so cute. And then this beautiful bag. Look at this beautiful quilted bag. And she said this girl had fun, bouffant, puffy hair like me, which y'all know I got to have me some puffy hair. But how beautiful. She said she wasn't a good stitcher. I thought, oh Lord, Dinah, don't come around here looking then. I'm thinking this thing looks like Perfect Plus. I'm hoping y'all can see it. It's all pretty on the inside. This beautiful little charm on the zipper pull. I was so shocked. So thank you so much, Dinah. Y'all are so sweet to me, and I was just so shocked and surprised this week at all my Happy Mail. And then Becky, Lord have mercy. We're gonna be at this one for a little bit, and I'm just flash through these real quick. She has said she was gonna send me some things that she had been hitting some shops, and she had some things to send. And I am like, holy mackerel. So I'm gonna flash through these real quick. She sent me this beautiful card here, and all these beautiful things. And she says she gets most of these because she is like, she must be the world's greatest thrifter. I want to go thrifting with Becky. Lord have mercy. Lizzie Kate's Good Marriage. This is one of the little jar, and I don't, it's folded over in here, but it's one of the little jars, and it has threads and everything in it. Preschooler Summer and Winter in here. And I'm gonna make a stack of the arcs because she sent me arcs, and y'all know I have an arc problem. These P. Buckley moths, which he does the sweetest art, or she. I always think that's a man. Is that a woman? I've always thought it was a man. Is that a man? I've always thought that was a dude. I think that's a dude, but there's a lady on the back. I've got to read that story. Look how sweet those are. They make the sweetest faces. This says T for 2, and it feels like it may have, oh, it has something in there. Looks like threads in there. I didn't feel those when I looked at it before. This is a, like it's got the Four Seasons Angels, and it says it's by, I thought it said on here because it is such a cute design. Bernard Designs, because there's this one with the sunflowers, and then there's this one with the pumpkins. They are so cute. That's a little Arky. There's a little polar bear. Cute. This is little Mill Hill Treasured Spring. It has all the little beaties and beautiful things in there. Pansy chain. That is beautiful. I guess it's learning you the fancy stitches. A Father's Day stitch on perforated paper. This is a Ink Circles Strawberry Rome. So it's one of their Celtic knots. And Ink Circles Spring Snow, which I'd never even seen. That's so pretty. How pretty is that? Hands-on Design Give Thanks. Thomas Jefferson, I cannot live without books. I like books. And this is Hands-on Design. Oh, it just says November. I guess it's one of her monthly ones. Thankful and Grateful. So cute. Little House Needle and Thread Embroidery Store. Harvest House by Lottie Daw. It's a really cute little sideways house there and a tall tree. The Let It Snow Bungalow by Hands On and Priscilla. That one's so cute. The Mighty Oak Sampler. That one I think is a Chessie and Me. The little picture slipped down. So cute. And look at this little biscornu. I might could tackle a biscornu like this. I've never done a biscornu. Tiny Modernist, and it says it is the Birdcage biscornu. This guy here, I think, has everything. It looks like a kit with everything in it, and it is so pretty. God, that's so cute. It is. It looks like a complete kit, and it is an owl. Y'all can see him up in the tree. And he is adorable. So, so cute. And then we have Cricket Collection Falling Leaves. And then Charming Welcomes, all these little fun welcomes. These little happy welcomes. And then Halloween Eve which that one is always so cute. Look at this guy. Homespun Elegance, the Delivering Flowers. So cute. Cricket Collection Haunting Favors. The little jar top ones. And then the It's Summer by Sue Hillis. This is so pretty. I've never even seen this one. Is it gonna focus? Is it focusing? Maybe. That one is beautiful. Yes, so Becky really like knocked it out of the park here. So we're gonna put a couple of those in for this week too, because there's a lot of fun in here. And there we go, we'll put some of those in there and move these guys over. So thank you so much, Becky. I was completely shocked when I saw that package on the porch. I was like, what is that? Big old package out there. So thank y'all so much for all the happy mail this week and all the things to share on down the road with everybody. And I'll start, oh, I didn't share my Noahs. Oh, the Noahs, I pulled them to the side. Hold on. Becky also sent me the Noahs. She found all the Noahs. So here is a little Mill Hill Noah, which I'd never even seen. So cute. And a Sisters and Best Friends Noah, which I don't have any of these. And look at him right up there on top of this little yellow raincoat on. How cute is that? Little yellow slicker. James Williams had on a yellow slicker the night I met him. So that will definitely have to get stitched the night I met him and slapped his face. Love. This is Heartstrings Noah, and I started to buy this one not long ago. It came up on eBay or something, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Love it. This is a Mill Hill Promises, and it is so cute. And here again, I've never even seen it. Promises, Promises. So adorable. And this is a Mosey and Me. The arc leaves in 10 minutes. So cute. And here again, never even seen it. So cute. So thank you so much, Becky. I was completely floored at all those to go in my arc. So I think I need to start keeping an arc running at all times, but I'm getting closer to getting in a good place to start stitching all my things again. So hallelujah. Whips, I did not have a lot of whips this week. I stitched on 3 things. So I stitched on my In Full Glory here, and y'all know I changed the colors of mine because I don't know, this just looks really, and I'm sure it probably looks really East Coasty because they all have the, you know, these dark bricks and things, and the row houses are, you know, this, I don't know, it probably does look very Boston-y, but I wanted to change it up, and I had this beautiful yellow thread from Frankie, this Harvest Moon thread, and you know, I leave mine, I display my Patriotic through the summer, and so I wanted to lighten mine up. So here we go, and this is my Harvest Moon. These are my threads. Hang on, this will just be the easiest way to do this. There, so Harvest Moon, it's Wicked Stepmother Harvest Moon is the house, and the little berries here are poison red berries, and the variegation in them is just so nice. And the blue is, this light blue is Old Gray Mare by Wicked Stepmother. So I am loving, loving, loving it. Loving it. This piece, I thought I would get it finished, but I didn't. My deer took me longer to stitch than I thought. So this piece and Frankie's threads are making me so happy. I'm having so much fun with this thing. I did find out that I left out a row here. There should be 4 rows in between here instead of 3, but you know what? Oh well, not gonna worry about it. but it is stitching up so pretty, and I love it, and I'm gonna love displaying it this summer. That is Inauguration Day. I'll put my initial over here somewhere. I'm gonna start trying to do that every inauguration. I'm gonna start trying to have a stitch so that I'll have one for always. So I just kind of like that idea. So, and it is out of, it was a standalone little Reward of Merit pin keep, but it's also in Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird Designs. So I would like to stitch everything in this book. I know, Anne, did you stitch anything besides, I know Anne stitched this one and it's beautiful. Did you put it on your Instagram? Anne Seeley, I know stitched this one. I think she put it on her Instagram. And it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We were trying to talk the other day and she's up in the mountains and it was not cooperating. Between her bad connection and my bad connection, we were having all the troubles. All the troubles. And then here we go with May Health and Peace, the big girl. So there's my threads for her. They're so pretty. So, so pretty. May Health and Peace by Miladys Needle. Like I said, they have it at the attic. Y'all can call and talk to Amy, Miss Flossie at the attic and get it there, or call in the Stitch Niche here in Arlington are the only two places I know that have it. It's beautiful. The picture does not do it justice. I got my grass done under and this deer this week. So I had the stem of my tree, the trunk, and my grass this under here done. And then I did the grass under here and got my whole deer stitched this week. So that took up a lot of time because it's kind of big deer. So there we go. So I can get it all in here. Yeah, kind of all in there. So I got all the grass done here, this long stretch, and then this deer done. So I love it. I knew that the tree is going to be hard for me. That's going to be hard, that jumping around stitching. It's not as much stitching, but it's harder for me. So I thought, you know what, I want to do my deer, and I know that won't be as frustrating for me, so I got it done. So I don't know if I will come back and do the tree this week, or if I will jump over and either do some of the bottom border, or if I'll jump across and start on this middle piece here, which is this little building. I've got a key and a building and that other little motif before I start on the other side. So I may just leave those branches to do the very last things because I know I'm gonna like those the least. So I may leave those to the bitter end because I know I won't like doing them, and then I'll do them if that's all I have left. But the colors in this thing are so pretty. There's very little 1/1. This is the only, I think, 1/1. There's about 6 1/1 stitches in these. So you could stitch this on Aida. This could easily be an Aida stitch because you could just do those, you know, over 2 instead and make it an Aida stitch. This could be very easily be an Aida stitch and it would be beautiful. So if you want to do a big sampler in Aida, this has very little 1/1 and you could easily do it on Aida and it would be a beautiful, beautiful thing. So don't think that you can't stitch a beautiful sampler on Aida, because you can. As a matter of fact, Becca has some beautiful stitching going right now on Aida, and I just totally blanked at who I was gonna say I looked at this morning. Oh my gosh, she has her little dog Duffy, and I totally blanked. She's got a beautiful, anyway, my brain, oh well. So then I had, okay, this took up a whole, I think Saturday or Sunday for me. I watched Vanna. I wanted to put some trim on her stocking. So I watched Vanna be ruching some ribbon. Vanna said, I said, okay. Lord have mercy. I think it took me the whole day. It took me at least the whole afternoon. It was ridiculous. But I kind of got it done. It's sort of done. And I do love the way it looks. So thank you, Vonna, for the tutorial. Because I'm sure for anybody else, it would be a walk in the park. But I did my little beaded hanger because I love those on my stocking. And then I put the little ruche trim around it. So it kind of girled it up. So I do love it even more now. So it's like super girly, super fun, super girly. And I do love, love, love it. So that made me super happy. So thank you, Vonna, for the fabulous tutorial on how to ruche ribbon. And for people who are not somehow challenged by following directions, I'm sure they just went right at it. But for me, and then my other stitch this week was, I finished my his stocking, and I don't have my stuffing all down in the toe there. Oh well, I don't guess it really matters, but poke some stuff down in the toe. I got it all stitched up, and I just put a little bit of stuffing down in it, and so that when I put the papers in there, well, now it looks terrible. Anyway, I really messed it up. I got it finished. Now it looks really fat and weird. I should have just left it alone. I put a little bit of stuffing in each of them so that it kind of doesn't go flat when it's hanging there, and you just put the little paper down in there. So I got it finished. I just put my initial, put the year on there, and my initials over here. The year and my initials, and I don't know, it doesn't look too girly to me. I didn't want it to look like a girly sock. So I just put love on there and a heart, and it just says his at the top. You could easily put, you know, your and his initials if you wanted to just do one or whatever, and leave notes to each other. And then I decided I wanted something around it. So I just put little wood beads around the top of it, and then just did a little wood bead hanger. This is that Moda fabric from Jerry Lynn's shop, Finish a Quilt, on Etsy. I think it's called Flea Market. Jerry Lynn's sitting over there trying to help me. She's trying to help me with that. But I think that's what it's called, but it's a Moda fabric. It's on her shop, but I loved it. I didn't want it to look Christmassy or anything, so this just looks like fun fabric, and it had little notes and things on it, so to me it was okay. It didn't look anything like Christmas, anything like that. So it had flowers and notes and things, so it served its purpose to me. So there it is for what it's worth. And I've been having lots of fun with it. I've been putting his notes in there, and I can tell he's reading them. Now, he is not putting a note in mine, but that's okay. He always says nice things to me. James Williams always says nice things. So I don't think he's as comfortable writing a note, and that's fine. I'm not as good about saying things. So I'm putting notes in there, and that is making me be better at that. So that's helping. It's helping both of us. And I like looking at the stockings, so it works either way. This week, I'm going to try to use, y'all remember my red fabric from Frankie, and I've never used the 36. This 36 count, and it's called She's a Brick House. And a couple of y'all said it wasn't on there. It says Weigert linen base. She probably sold out of it, but she'll put it back up. So either send her a note saying, hey, will you let me know when you get some more, or just keep checking back. But, you know, she does hand dye it. So, you know, when you run out, you run out. I mean, it's, that's just how, you know, hand dyeing goes. So I'm going to try it this week. I want to use, one of the things I'm going to try it on is I'm going to do one of these little love things. And I think I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to try to do this one in reverse. So I'm going to try to use this fabric, and this isn't just tons of stitching, and it's straight stitching. And so I'm going to try to use the off-white thread, off-white variegated thread. I think it's Flesh of My Flesh. And do the words on here this week. So I'm going to try to do that this week and see if I can get that going. So for shares this week, we will have, Lordy, I got a mess one here, don't I? If y'all can see this table, you'll be like, holy cow. And now for last week, before I forget to turn the page and say it like I did last week, or week before, whatever that was. Okay, the Her Stocking. So last week's share recipients, the Her Stocking is the North Louisiana Stitcher. Spell of the Moon is Hildy Johnson. She always comments on stuff all the time, and Hildy has never won before. So Hildy, you won Spell of the Moon. Congratulations. And you got that share. And the cross stitch calendar is Nancy Gatz. So if y'all will email me, Niecielynn at Yahoo, and let me know your address. I'll get those in the mail, except for North Louisiana Stitcher. I just need your email address, and then I'll email that to you. And so this week, we will have, I added some on here. We'll have a lot this week because we got a lot of stuff. So we will do a His Stocking. So if you want to be considered in the share for the His Stocking, just use his. And these were so cute, and I wanted to go ahead and get them out there because these are adorable. These are these Prim cards, these Prim Stitch series of Lori Holtz. And there is 4 of them. And they are so cute. And we won't do like individual ones, but if you want to be considered in a share for one of these, just say, make sure you use the word Prim, okay? So Prim, if you're interested in those. We'll do this guy here. And like I said, he's been opened, but it looks like he's all in there. And I don't know if he is or not. So, you know, this is like at the daycare when the kids were little. Miss Joycey would tell the kids, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So there you go. So I don't know what's in there. Becky was lovely enough to send it, and it is beautiful, but it's a chart, and I can see a chart and thread and floss. So a chart and thread and fabric. So use the word owl if you want to be considered for that one. This one here, use the word leaves. No, that's too hard, isn't it? No, use the word leaves. Now that I've said it, L-E-A-V-E-S, because it's in the name of it. Because this one is falling leaves. Okay, so use that word leaves if you want to be considered in that share. And in this one, because we've had it several times, and it is always so cute, and everybody always wants it. So we're gonna go ahead and put it out there so somebody can get stitched for Halloween. So use the word Halloween. It always goes fast. Everybody always wants that one. And that'll give people time to get it stitched up. So we have 8 this week. So if you want to be considered in any of those shares, use those magic words. And so his, Prim, owl, leaves, or Halloween. And then if you are North Louisiana Stitcher, Nancy Gatz, or Hildy Johnson, holler at me. I need to get y'all's stuff on the way to y'all. And we have gone a little over an hour today, so I have definitely been blabberoni today. So y'all have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and I'm going to get off here and get busy and enjoy your stitches. Bye.